Hello people, this is Power here with a review of the DX Ridewatch Special Set, quote unquote, Volume 1, or 1. I don't know why they're so inconsistent with the name and the numbering scheme with these ones and the another watches. But anyways, this is this is obviously from Kamen Rider Zi-O, because I forgot to state that. This is obviously a special set of ride watches that were voted from Premium Bandai themselves, and these were the top 5 for the first set. So we have Fies Axel, Callus, Eternal, even though for some reason they show him using the zone memory, Kronos, and Poppy. So as you can see, they're behind a golden background of some kind. Armor, time, nothing in the bottom. The right just shows the 5 respective riders. Poppy, they're literally just using the same image of her because apparently they can't produce any more pictures of her, the ride watches. And I think that's literally the same stock image of Kronos too. And wow. I really thought they had more pictures of Poppy, but apparently they don't. Wow. Okay, so here are the 5 ride watches lying as how they're packaged. Typically I would have them standing, but or like this, but then they have tabs. So let's put these guys to the side and look to our first one, which I guess people will classify as the oddity of the set. Fies Axel. As you can see, his base colors is simple. Like, I would say the default, like, grayish base, and then the typical second, or is, I need to actually compare this, the silver color, because I got Blade right here. It's darker, and then I got Ryuki here. Yeah, I'll say it's the same silver as Ryuki and Wizard, I guess. As I hit the lamp. Professionalism, right? Obviously, we got Fies' Rider symbol 2003, even though I can't read that 3 for some reason. Yeah, now I can't read 3s anymore. The QR code for Butuba Gamba 035. The face, which is again just Fies. Although mine does. Is it just me? Or like it looks like the white outline and the red are like meshing together. I don't know if it's just me or not. And then obviously here is Fies. Obviously they just did a simple color swap, but I actually kind of prefer it a lot more than this one, just because I do feel like silver base for Fies just is kind of odd. And obviously they're going to utilize the same track and such. Obviously the QR code will summon Fies and Gamba Rising. I don't know what it will do in Boot Whistle. Battery cover. And then tab. I don't know why the more I'm looking at this, I'm seeing Delta and Orga. I still want Delta. So we will see your functions later. Next up we have Callus, which actually did show up in the show, I think because of this set. Callus is like jet black, and then he's the typical gold secondary color. So there's his rider symbol 2004. Why can't I not read that 4? QR code for Butuba Gamba 036. His face, which I actually really do like. I don't know, something about Callus really stands out. I really like the green too. I like it. And before we do that, obviously we gotta pair him with Blade, because these two did show up together, and they will use the same track. Battery cover. Wow. I find his description to be funny, just because I never really thought of it that way. If I had to be honest, the legendary undead. So I just think it's funny. So here's our movie rider of the set. He's the only one. Eternal. His base is, I want to say, a white similar to Ford's. I can't really compare. But I love this secondary color. It's like a really like metallic blue, and I just love it so much. It really stands out. There's Eternal's rider symbol, which is just the eternal memory symbol, and then 2009. I swore that there was like a line underneath. QR code for Butaba Gamba 042. His face, which looks pretty good. And then obviously compared to double, I would have actually pulled Skull out, but I'm too lazy, and plus these two fought each other. If only I had Fang Joker. So again, same thing. Beautiful. Battery cover. I like that I incorporated his phrase in the description. I like it when they do that. And I guess to rephrase that movie writer thing, I should have just said Dark Rider. I have specific categories for that. I'll just say Evil Rider. And then here's our category for X-Aid Riders. Here's Kronos. He's in the same, I want to say he's darker than, no, he has the same exact jet black like Callus. So that's pretty interesting. But I do like this green they use for Kronos. I think it replicates his green pretty well. So here's his rider symbol, 2016. There's his face. I'm doing things out of order. Oh well. QR code Butbagamba 075. Let's do comparisons. I did not pull out Gem for obvious reasons. So here's X-Aid. I should have just used Gem. But as you can see, different tracks because reasonings. So, battery cover. I just find it funny that Kronos' like rider symbol is so big that it doesn't really like fit. And also again, just like Callus, I didn't really think think of him that way with his description because I thought Gamadeus was the last boss. Okay, so I can't say this is our oddity of the set because it's just. I'm just going to say, okay, here's a recent. I don't know how you categorize these. Anyways, here's Pulpy. She's in bright pink, and her base color is white. So if you were to use it with Eternal, it doesn't work as well. But then you get creepy stuff like this. So yeah, that's spoilers. So there's Pulpy's rider symbol, obviously 2016 because he's from X8. Again, hers doesn't really fit, but her face, Kiriko Gamba, she's 058. I'm not gonna compare unless you want me to compare pinks, which they're different because, which I do like. Oh gosh. Battery cover. I like that enthusiasm he gave at the end. Anyways, let's finally get to the Jiku driver after like 12 minutes. Obviously, because it's Fies, we gotta give it to Gates. So there's the transformation for, not transformation, I guess the jingle for Fies Axel. I like it. I like the axle sounds. The axle sounds mixed with the Fies jingle. I think I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just think it's a nice mix of them. So we get the Exceed Time Burst again. Exceed just being from Exceed Charge. And I guess going back to his jingle, I find it interesting that it's just like, it's not like Axel, it's Fies Axel. I guess because of Axel and Axel are too similar to each other and such, so yeah. For the sake of this video, I'm not gonna do the rider times, watch the demo. No, this is not because he's the secondary rider, it's because I would have given Lango to Zi-O. So there we get the jingle for Callus. Unlike Garen, he actually does get a proper one, but though it's shortened up. So there we get the spinning time burst, spinning coming from spinning wave and spinning dance. Basically anything that involves the tornado. So I'll be changing Okay, I thought that was Gates. I'm gonna change this out. Now we're using Zi-O. So obviously we still get double 2009 running through, but obviously in line with all the other double ride watches, we get the same double jingle with the memory announcement and then the sound of that memory, which again I do appreciate. Maximum time break, obviously, from maximum drive, so that's neat. So obviously, because Kronos is an X8 rider, he actually gets the screen in the Jaker driver. So it's green, it says Kronos, and then 2016, and Kronos' jingle obviously following a line of like the other typical ride watches. It'll have the instrumental of the transformation, buckle up, Kronos. So in an oddity and of them trying to be original or trying to be independent, despite now being inconsistent, we get the Zeppan time break, which Zeppan, how you pronounce it? It's the thing that like Masaume, I can never pronounce his name. It's basically the thing he'll like say to like the characters, like Zeppanda, which I forgot what it means, but yeah, it's a weird inclusion. It's kind of like with Deno with the Ori no. Yes, I technically know this isn't technically correct to do because she wasn't released at the time this was released, but that's why I waited this long to get it, although I would have liked to get it earlier, but obviously reasons. So it's like an obvious pairing. So obviously, because Poppy is also an X8 rider, she gets her own screen. And for some reason, I didn't realize this the first time. She's like screeching. That's concerning. But if I had to be honest, I would have preferred if Poppy said her level up instead of buggle up. I understand she uses the buggle driver, but it's just weird to have buggle up and like upbeat music. So yeah, and also it sucks in the actual review. I mess up the spinning because I also messed up in the demo too, so. So we get the Tokimeki Time Jack. Tokimeki obviously coming from Tokimeki Critical Strike. Or, yeah, like, now when I think about it, it's just, like, I don't know, like, okay, so Tokimeki, that isn't too far from, like, you know, Legacy Gamer and Simulation Gamer with them just saying their games and such, but, like, again, I understand they're trying to be individualized, but it's just like, well, you need to be consistent too. So obviously because of speed. You already heard them enough. And obviously because we need variations, I'm actually gonna bring back the Zax. I'm not gonna try to be like the demo and like hold it the correct way because I want you guys to actually see the LED of this. Yeah, one thing I actually realized I did not mention is that you can actually hold this out, and then when you let it go, it will play the sound. I realized that after playing around with the attach arrow, I was like, wait, can you do the same thing? Because, like, I remember one of my main complaints of this thing is that you couldn't, like, hold it back and it would, like, not play the sound. Like, it will still continue playing the sound, but you can. So I don't know what I was doing wrong. We're switching this. I don't know why I did not switch this. Eternal Strength Zone. I don't know. Nah, this thing. Like, I'll allow the sounds for the Zax to play. I don't know how to connect Chronos with axes because obviously Chronos uses a chainsaw and a beam gun, so. And people. I can't because of these. People, poppy, people, popo, people, pop. Honestly, decadisms. I really wish this one was in the show. It was a Boot-to-Basol exclusive. Why didn't Boot-to-Basol do more decade forms? Wow, Callus. Red Flare. Gamidatus. Red Eyes. Okay, things might not be the same, obviously. But, okay, my overall thoughts on this set, I guess to start with the positives first, I really like the idea of them doing this. I'll continue my thoughts on that in the next one. But I just like the idea that Bandai was like, hey to the fans, we want to know what ride watches you want. We will make them. We will throw our 2 voice actors in the booth and make them say things. And we'll... That's essentially what it is. But it's like, I just like the idea of like them like going up to the fans and just having them vote on what ride watches were to come and such. It was a really fun process. I like the choices overall. They're really unique, especially because, again, I'll explain in the next part because we need more context. But I just really like how they kind of like did like ones that, well, I wouldn't say ones that people were expecting, or I guess they just did ones that like wouldn't have obviously been the first ones. And like obviously there's like some that like, you know, people question about, like, or some that people might not care, like Fi's XL, just because it's a Form 1, but I honestly don't mind the Form 1s. I know people want more riders, obviously, but Form 1s are pretty neat too. Now, this might be like, you know, you can take this the wrong way and such, but my negatives with this set go to these two. Why did these two have to be included in this set? Like, it's pretty dumb that they are in the first place, because they have their own tracks. Because it's just like, why did we, like, I guess I'm like taking this the wrong way and just feel like this is their incentive as to why you should buy this set, because it comes with 2 X-Aid ride watches that have yet to be released and have their own screens. So it's just like, I really hate that. Again, it's just like, as I keep bringing up, this is just like the Tsukiyomi ride watch included in the Memorial set, or adding new functionality to the Saki Rube Gyro, because it's even sad when the Hong Kong version of the Rube Gyro can actually have the finishers. So it's just like, I don't like the fact that they're like, okay, so if you want the screens for Kronos and Pulpy, you have to buy these 3 watches that you might not want. And so it's just like, it's really annoying that they did that. Because obviously they could have just simply thrown these into Gashmon Candy Toy. But I think like the sheer fact that they put them up in the polls meant that they had no interest on making them, which is just mind-boggling because they have screens in the GQ driver. I thought, like, if you have a screen in there, you're mandatory to get a watch, and yet we still have 2 Amazon riders and the entirety of Showa riders that we still don't have watches for. So it's just like, the fact they were like, yeah, we might not make watches for these, so let's just throw them on the poll. It's like, who would not, like, vote for these 2? I feel like, now, if I were to say so myself, I feel like that's why these 2 might have been chosen, either because people were aware that they had screens in the GQ driver, or because people actually do generally like them. That can be that. Because I think most people were like, well, we want a female rider ride watch. And I'm happy that we do. Like, we at least have 2, so that's nice and all. And obviously, like, I guess, like, some people like Chronos. Like, it's nice that we can have a complete set of X-Aid riders. Again, you can argue with someone's, but I'm not really happy about that we had to buy this premium set just to get 2 new screens. Like, that's just kind of like, I really don't like that. But these 3 I do love. Like, again, like, Callus is technically in show, so that's like an is also somewhat of an incentive to get, and gosh. Eternal does show up in the near end of the show, so that's neat. And then again, Fize Axel, when Fize is in, the Decade Ridewatcher does produce Fize form, so like I just like how this set has at least some connections, but then you just have, okay, here are 2 more watches that we still need to release. But other than that, I'm not as mad about these 2 being included, but I just don't really like that. I just don't really like the incentive of, we have something exclusive for this as to why you should buy this. Not because you're a fan of them, it's because it's something that you need. I'm just annoyed at that. Because I have a feeling, like, this is off topic, but with the Human Gear Progress keys, we have 1 set announced as of now. It's May 31st. So we only have 1 set announced as of now, but it doesn't include the Izu Progress key. I don't think they're called Progress keys, Human Gear keys. So I have a feeling that when 01 does their memorial thing, their incentive as to why you should buy it, not because you like the show or because the characters, it's because it includes the Izu Human Gear key. I'm gonna like put some bets on that because I doubt the Izu Human Gear key is gonna be like some movie form, but it's gonna be thrown in that memorial set because they need they're gonna throw like 6 keys in there. No, 8 keys in there. So it might be split into like 2 sets. Anyways, I'm getting really off topic about this, but just to restate, a nice set of characters. Don't like the incentive, but other than that, it's really nice. Again, I guess one thing to conclude on, obviously, this set is pretty pricey, but I do think it makes sense because you are getting 5 ride watches. They're technically about 15 each, but the cheapest you can get them at is like 50, which technically means, obviously 50 divided by 5, that's 10, so you're getting these for $10 each. But with Monorake, just be wary, because, you don't know if they're going to actually have batteries or their tabs, because that's, the next part, the next video. So this is PowerRider, and I'll leave people, bye.